PT Elliott. Welcome to my channel. If you find yourself enjoying this video, please like it and please subscribe. I am a singer-songwriter, and recently I did a recording of the hymn, Nearer My God to Thee. Here's a little bit of it. Nearer my God to Thee, nearer to Thee, even though it be a cross that raises me. So the reason I recorded the hymn was because it's one of my favorites, and I'd never really thought about the lyrics too much beyond the fact that they are saying, nearer my God to Thee, nearer to Thee. It was a hymn to me about somebody who's longing to be closer to God. It's one of those hymns they don't really sing a lot in church, but you hear it referenced all the time in movies. So the hymn has an interesting history. It's supposedly the last song that the band played on the Titanic before the ship sank, that even the passengers were possibly singing along with it. This is according to survivor accounts, people who were out in the boats listening and watching the ship go down. And it's actually disputed. Some people say it was Nearer My God to Thee. Other passengers claim that it was a composition called Autumn. But in movies, it's almost always Nearer My God to Thee that's playing when the Titanic sinks. In the one from the 90s, the one directed by James Cameron, that is the song that is playing as the Titanic sinks, and as the people are going to their death, that is the music that's playing. So I think in people's minds, it has become the song that was played as the ship sank. Whether or not it was, whether or not it's anecdotal, it doesn't matter anymore. It's just kind of cemented in people's minds, and that's what people know it from. I think it's probably the most famous hymn next to Amazing Grace. So Nearer My God to Thee was written by Sarah Flower Adams in 1841. She wrote the lyrics. Her sister wrote some music for it, although that is not the music that is used today. And so as I was recording the song and I got to the second verse, I was very puzzled by the lyrics, and they are, though like the wanderer, the sun gone down, darkness be over me, my rest a stone. I was like, well, what is this even talking about? I thought it was very cryptic. Who is this narrator that's wandering around, they're tired, and they're going to sleep out in the open, sleep rough, and use a stone as a pillow? So I went and looked it up, and I was really surprised to discover that the hymn is actually a retelling of the Genesis account of Jacob's dream, also known as Jacob's ladder. So the reason that Jacob is out in the middle of nowhere, sleeping rough, is because his family has sent him away to go and try and find a wife. He lies down to go to sleep and he has this dream. I'm going to read the 5 verses. This is Genesis 28:10 through 15. Then Jacob departed from Beersheba and went toward Haran. He came to a certain place and spent the night there because the sun had set, and he took one of the stones of the place and put it under his head and lay down in that place. He had a dream, and behold, a ladder was set on the earth with its top reaching to heaven. And behold, the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. And behold, the Lord stood above it and said, I am the Lord, the God of your father Abraham and the God of Isaac. The land on which you lie, I will give it to you and to your descendants. Your descendants will also be like the dust of the earth, and you will spread out to the west and to the east and to the north and to the south. And in you and in your descendants shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Behold, I am with you and will keep you wherever you go, and will bring you back to this land, for I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. So the dream, the function of the dream is it's God talking to Jacob and reassuring him that his descendants would be numerous and that the Messiah would come from his descendants. He's recognizing the Abrahamic covenant and saying that it's still in effect, and that Jacob should not be worried, that God is sovereign. Everything is going to work out. This is very interesting that Sarah Flower Adams wrote this entire hymn as a retelling of Jacob's dream and is including Jesus Christ. Because what she's saying in the first verse is, nearer my God to thee, nearer to thee, even though it be a cross that raises me. So what is the story talking about? It's talking about Jacob's ladder. What do you do with a ladder? You raise it. She's saying that Jesus Christ is the ladder. Jesus Christ is Jacob's ladder. That Jesus Christ is the promised Messiah that God was talking to Jacob about in the dream. And that is the theology that is going on in this song. So I found it really interesting, and I'm really glad that I went and looked it up, because I had no idea that that's what this song was about. Anyways, I hope this has been illuminating for you. And until next time, this is P.T. Elliott. Please like and please subscribe. Bye-bye.